One half of it felt like attempting to write my way out of negativity. The positive parts have always been there within me, but like maybe like one line at the end of a song, so you get like a whole negative song and then the end says, oh, but it's okay. The other thing that started happening on doing Portrait of Time is as I was writing my way out of this thing at the same time, I met somebody who felt like the magic that I felt, that the world felt like when I was 5 years old, and before any of, and then that made me realise, which is the things from beginning to the end of Soldier and Rose, that I'm not just these incidents that have happened to me, that I was something before that, and I know I know what it felt like to be 3 and felt like to be 4, and that was a feeling of what being me is, and that doesn't include being hit, or doesn't include, you know, losing people or being there for people or living up to other people's expectations. I knew what I was then. Just being 5 and being magical and remembering how it feels before you get schooled and before you get told this is what you're supposed to do with your life. I met somebody who made me feel like that again.
Somewhere amongst imagination, something happened through the twist of creation. Through the twist of creation.
6 weeks into it, or 5 weeks into it, I realised there was two different specific pieces of work there that didn't happen one after the other. They actually happened at the same time, and sometimes there'd be a day that'd be me like looking for the positive songs, and then there'd be the next day I'd write a song that would just reinforce me, reminded me of who I am from that. So we didn't make any decisions on sound or anything in the recording. There wasn't one sound for Portrait of Time and one sound for Where Do We Go From Here Up. Everything was written as a journey, and then everything was recorded as the same journey again. Because we do performance-based records, and we do it on the feeling, and we do it live on the studio floor, and we do it in a take, then because we serve the song in that way, and that's the only thing we do is serve the song, then all the records that are about the magic sound a certain way, and all the records that are about me believing in the positivity and letting go of all the things that have happened to me, they sound a certain way, but not on purpose.
Creation, I'm letting you go. Innocence, I'm letting you go. Heart, I'm letting you go. Hands, I'm letting you go. Pain, I'm letting you go.
Portrait Diaries is the Portrait Diaries, which is the documentation of the making of those records that turned into those two. It's not the documentation of making a record and then seeing what happens, or documentation of making a record and then seeing that no one bought it or everybody bought it or whatever. It's just as soon as a record comes out, then that'll be the end of that.
Stars, I'm letting you go.
Between those 3 records and Where Do We Go From Here Up, it's like 2 completely separate ways, but it's still real. It's not about magic in a mystical way. It's about believing that there is more to life than just what's happened to you, and believing that there's more than just being an animal, and that this is all we've got. This isn't all we've got. There is more there. You've just got to believe in it.
Child, I'm letting you go.
We're going to take out Where Do We Go From Here Up, which is about accepting the magic and believing in the magic. And I literally feel like, as an artist, that I've started on a fresh page now. Portrait Time is the third part to Beginning, the End and Soldier of the Rose. I thought that I could do 3 records and I'd be able to move on, and that has turned out to be true. But it hasn't turned out that I was going to make 3 records and then never make music again. It's turned out that it's taken those 3 records and they have healed me up to a point where I feel like I'm ready to go out into the world and take a positive message out there. It's better to go out and take a positive message out into life than to do nothing.